So, David, today we're actually going to interview none other than Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald? Yeah, Norm Macdonald. Well, what? Isn't he, like, dead? Well, yeah, that's the weird part.
Beep, bop, boop.
You know, once I had this near-death experience.
Sarge!
Well, why don't we get right into it? Here's none other than Norm Macdonald. You mean Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald. Joining us from heaven. At least I think he's joining us from upstairs and not downstairs. Yeah, it's crazy that we actually have none other than Norm Macdonald with us. But seriously, getting into it, you were obviously one of the all-time greats, along with, well, me, Farley, Sandler.
I was on the show too then. Beep, bop, boop.
Shaw. Lauren would be like, why don't you get me some coffee and maybe you can do one of your Hollywood minutes with an emphasis on the word minute. And speaking of Weekend Update, Norm used to have this running OJ joke. You remember that? Yeah, well, let's let Norm say something. Hey, Norm, what's God like? Because I had this near-death experience once, and I got to meet God, but God wasn't anything like we learned in Sunday school, so I just thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, do you make fun of God? Is God ever like, hey, Norm, I'm going to send you downstairs?
Sarge!
This is weird, wild stuff. Very wacky indeed. Remember when Colin Quinn took over? Oh, yeah. He was like, the thing about Colin is his very endearing way of talking. He's very New York, very Irish, no bullshit. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Your impression of him is almost like a gummy bear. Oh, you mean like Zummy? We have to get the Dunwin in order to get some gummy berry juice. Wait, you watch Gummy Bears? Gross. Oh, yeah. Saturday mornings? Are you kidding me? No joke. Remember Tummy? He was always hungry and shit. He'd be like, Grammy, I'm hungry. Yeah, and then Gruffy would be like, Tummy, quit your whining already, would ya? And then Grammy would be like,
no, that's enough. Don't be late. Dinner's ready in an hour.
But my favorite must have been the Duke. Remember him?
Ha! Dunwin! Dunwin will be mine!
It almost sounds like Conan O'Brien, doesn't it?
Dunwin, all mine!
Haha. And remember Toady?
Oh, sure.
Okie dokie, Dookie. No problem, Dookie. Anything you say, Dookie.
Man, those were the days. Well, let's get back to Norm Macdonald, shall we?
Beep, bop, boop. Sarge.
Very wacky stuff indeed. So how many push-ups could you do in middle school? Because I could do like 45 in a row if I had breakfast, but if I didn't, 30, maybe 35, 36 in a row. One of my all-time favorite update lines with Norm was, Julia Roberts told reporters this week that her marriage to Lyle Lovett has been over for some time. The key moment, she said, came when she realized that she was Julia Roberts and that she was married to Lyle Lovett. Oh yeah, that was amazing. If Paul McCartney was here, he'd say, Norm was a cheeky one, innit? All right, cheeky monkey, if I do say so myself. Ba-doom, boo, ba-doom. So, what's your favorite movie? Because mine is Chinatown. I wonder if Trump likes Chinatown. He'd be like, my favorite movie of all time is Chinatown. It's the best movie of all time because it's my favorite movie. It's got a lot of China in it. Well, let's let Norm Macdonald, yeah, the great Norm Macdonald, let's let him get back to heaven. Are you sure it's heaven? Yeah, Norm. Are you sure? Well, for all intensive purposes, let's call it heaven. Well, thanks for talking to us, Norm. Alrighty then. Thanks for talking to us, Norm. Dude, he's dead, not deaf.
I mean, Jiminy Cricket, Spudley, why don't you take it easy on the old overly critical attitude, okay?
So that was interesting, talking to Norm Macdonald, tuning in from heaven.
Well, isn't that special?
Bye-bye.